So in previous session, we just had very brief introduction about the cloud computing as well as what you want to. Hi Satya, no, I'm not able to hear you. So we just had a very basic introduction about the cloud computing and cloud computing models. So those are software as a service, platform as a service, as well as infrastructure as a service. And we just viewed a brief history about Amazon. So what are their services, first service, and their about their regular conference meetings and all. So in today's session, we are going to start our creating our AWS account. Then we are going to create our identity access management user, and we are going to apply set of permissions on that particular user, and we are going to test that one. And for root account, we have to enable this multi-factor authentication. So okay, let me for that one, let me share my screen. So are you able to view my screen, guys? Okay, this is the URL to know all the free tier eligibility limitations. So actually, Amazon is giving free tier period for newly created accounts for a period of 1 year. So if you create your AWS account now, you will get some set of services with particular limitations for 12 months from the date of your account creation. So you can find all those here. So you can find free tier details. So here you will get Amazon compute 750 hours per month. So you can run one server for entire 1 month, and you will get storage. This Amazon S3, it's a object based infrastructure. So you will get 5 GB of the storage. So database, you can run your database server instance for 750 hours. So if you run single instance, you can run that entire server for 30 days. So if you run two instances, you can make that server available for 15 days. So AWS Lambda, that serverless architecture, quick site. So some of the services are free for 12 months, and some services are always pre-products. So first, to create your AWS account, you have to, I'll just click on the sign into the console. So generally it will take us to the screen. So if you already have an existing account with Amazon, you can use that one. And whatever the account you're using to purchase your daily needs on Amazon.com or Amazon.in, you can use the same email ID here if you want. So or else you can create entirely new one. So here give your mail ID and just click on I'm a new user. Click on sign in using our secure servers. Here you have to give your details. So here you have to give your mail ID again. So give your password for this root account. So this is a root account, whatever the account you are using to create your Amazon Web Services is called as root account. So it has entire access to your billing and all the services. So this is a master account, we can say. So I'm giving password for root account. So this is an account you have to use to view your AWS billing information. And if you want to change your plans later on, so you must have to log in with this root account only. So you will get your entire bills, monthly bills and service usage details to this particular account only. So here you have to choose either company account or personal account. I'll suggest you go with personal account only. So here you have to give your full name. You have to give your country, address. So here give a valid phone number. Why? Because in next screen you're going to get one 4-digit code. So you have to enter that 4-digit code in next screen. So even in next screen you have to activate your phone number. Then after you have to give your credit or debit card details. So to verify that credit or debit card details, Amazon will detect in INR, they will deduct 2 rupees from your card, and even after a couple of days, they will, they will deposit to your account again. They will retransfer that particular 2 rupees to your account to INR. So give your phone number here and just give this captcha and click on create account and continue. Then automatically it will take you to. So this is the screens. So you have to give your details, then you have to provide your telephone number. So you will get a call to that particular number. You have to enter that number, whatever the code generated here, you have to enter in your phone call, then your identity verification will complete, otherwise it won't. So you must have a your phone handy, so you have to enter that code. So then it will ask you to choose plans. So there are 3 plans available with Amazon now. So one is basic plan. If you want to this your AWS account want to comes under this free tier eligibility, you have to choose this basic account. So you don't need to pay anything. So if you go with developer, you have to pay $30 per month, and if you go with business account, you have to pay around $100 per month. So based on the services you are using, so as we want to explore all the technologies, all the services available with Amazon, so I'll suggest you to go with basic account. So in this basic account, they will charge you, but whatever the services you are going to use, if the service is particularly listed in this free tier eligibility, Amazon won't charge you. But if you choose developer and if you run one T2 micro instance, they will charge you. So I'll personally suggest you to go with basic account here, and I'll suggest you to create personal account instead of company account. So then next screen you have to give your your account credit or debit card details. So in India, Amazon will accept credit as well as debit cards. So I'm not sure whether in USA they will accept debit card or not. So after creating, so I just created one account. So I didn't logged into that one. So this is um, my email ID. I just registered with this AWS. So I just don't want to display my accounting details in this session. So that's why I already created and make my account available. So now I'm going to enter my password here. So this is the first time I'm logged into this account. So okay, I just logged in. So here you can see this is root account. You can access billing dashboard, you can access security credentials, and you can access your account informations. So here you can find all the regions. So total there are 14 regions available till now. I mean till date, total 14 regions are available. So now I am in North Virginia region. If you want to change to your nearby region, you can change it. And some of these services are region specific ones, some of the services are global. If you take IAM, whatever the user you are going to create in IAM is available globally. So he can switch to, available regions if you create a user. So, but if you create one instance, one server in Mumbai region, you cannot find that server in any other regions. So if you want to stop or terminate that particular instance, you manually have to switch this region. Then only you can find that instance. Then you can stop that particular instance. So here, when you logged in to the first time, first you have to go to Identity Access Management. So here, this is my IAM user sign-in link. So as security concerns, you cannot give this root account credential to all the users. Maybe your IT manager or your senior administrator, they may have this root account credentials, or your accounting department. Why? Because they only deals with this billing information and all. So they may have the root account credentials. So then how all the others user have to log into this AWS account? I mean, if total 5 members are IT team is there, so two guys are working on database, two guys are working in web hostings and all, and one more guy he deals with IAS or Apache administration. So all these 4 or 5 guys required access to this Amazon account. So to enable that one, this identity access management is enabled. Only one user can log in with the root account at a time. It's a single sign-on. You cannot log in by using, this root. You cannot log in two devices. You cannot run two sessions at a time with these root accounts. So, but IAM, you can with this link, whatever this is unique for every account. So by using this link, so all your newly created IAM users can log into this Amazon console and they can start working with respect to their roles. So what exactly this IAM? So first, here automatically when you create this your AWS account, automatically Amazon will delete your root access keys. So rest, you have to finish these 4 things. So you have to enable multi-factor authentication on your root device. So for security reasons, if somebody knows your root account ID and password, they can log in and they can change your monthly plan. So if you choose basic plan, if you logged in and if you click any developer or enterprise plan, Amazon will charge you $100 to $200. So they won't listen to you anything. So you must secure your Amazon account. To secure your Amazon account, you can enable multi-factor authentication. When you enter your username and password, in next step, Next step, Amazon will ask you to enter 6-digit number. So that 6-digit number, to get that 6-digit number, first you have to download one virtual multi-factor authentication software on your smartphone. That we will see how we are going to do that one. So I'm just going to click on manage multi-factor authentication. So here I have two options. One is virtual multi-factor authentication, and second one is hardware multi-factor authentication. So virtual means it's a software one. If you have a smartphone, directly you can go and download these Google Authenticator. So here you can find software based on your mobile operating system. So here, if you are an Android user, two softwares are supportable for this multi-factor authentication. One is Google Authenticator, second one is Authy two-factor authentication. If you are an iPhone user, download Google Authenticator. For Windows user, it's a Authenticator software, and for BlackBerry, it's a Google Authenticator. I mean, this Google Authenticator is not only dedicatedly available for this AWS account, even you can enable multi-factor authentication for your Facebook account, Twitter account, and LinkedIn accounts also. So, first download this Google Authenticator in your mobile device. Then you can choose this virtual multi-factor authentication option. Or if you want to go with hardware multi-factor authentication, you have to purchase from Amazon. So here there are three models available with hardware multi-factor authentication. One is hardware key for multi-factor authentication device, and second one is with the display card. So third one is SMS, but this SMS is not available for a root account. It will available for only IAM user account. Remaining these three, virtual multi-factor authentication, hardware key, FOB MFA device, and display card. These three are available for root account as well as identity access management account. So this virtual multi-factor authentication is a free one. You can anybody can download on their smartphones, and you can authenticate your Amazon account. So these two, if you want to purchase with display multi-factor authentication, so you have to pay $20 to Amazon. Then they will send you that multi-factor authentication device. So it's a small type of device. It comes with a small screen. So on top of that screen, for every 20 seconds, it automatically randomly generates a 6-digit code. You have to enter that 6-digit code. So based on your employees, so you can give that multi-factor authentication device to that particular employee whenever he want to log into that your AWS account. You have to give the root account and credentials. In second stage, you have to give whatever the 6-digit code is generating on that particular device. So in my case, I'm going to use virtual multi-factor authentication device. So here I'm virtual multi-factor authentication device. I'm just clicking next step. So here it's asking me to install multi-factor authentication compatibility applications. So on user smartphones, PC, or other devices. So I already have Google Authenticator on my device. So I'm going to click on next step. Now I have to open that Google Authenticator application. I have to scan this QR code. So let me open the application in my smartphone. So I'm going to add one account. And I'm going to scan a barcode. So I'm scanning my computer screen. So it just displayed 6-digit code on my mobile device. So it's 627765, and you have to wait this code till this code expires. So after 20 seconds, automatically one more code will generate. So I have to enter that consecutive two codes. Then only this multi-factor authentication will be enabled on my mobile. So it's going to expire in 5 seconds. Okay. So I just got a new code on my device. It's 117240. I'm just activating multi-factor authentication. So it's showing the multi-factor authentication device was successfully associated. So I just clicked on finish. So now I have to get a little tick mark here. Let me give a quick refresh. So here I just got tick mark. So multi-factor authentication was enabled on my device. So let me sign out and let me try to log in with the same account. Let me try to log in with the same account and let me verify whether it's prompting me to enter that 6-digit code or not. So I'm just entering my password. Oops. So here it's asking me to enter that authentication code. So if you have internet connectivity in your mobile or not, it automatically generates. You don't require any internet connectivity to generate that particular codes. So sometimes when you enter that, no, that code may expire. So you have to enter that newly generated code. See, this multi-factor authentication adds little security to our root account. So nobody can, I mean, if somebody knows your root account ID and password, so they need the 6-digit code to your logged into your account. So now I'm going to create individual IAM users. So here is a IAM user sign in link. So, but it's a random numbers. So I can customize this one. Instead of this random numbers, I can give a human understandable name. So just click on customize. So here you can give account alias name. So this account alias name must be unique. So if I give Avi's Web, so it's already exists. Why? Because I just used it, this Avi's Way for my personal AWS account, which I use to host my all the applications and my website. So, but here we have to give another one. Let me give Hubby's Way one. I hope I didn't given this to any of the account. Okay. So now instead of that random numbers, I'm giving a, I mean, human understandable, human rememberable one phrase. So let me copy this link. I just copied this one. So just save it in a secure place. So I'm going to, I mean, you have to give this URL to your employees, whoever want to log into this IAM account, your AWS account. You have to use this particular URL only. Then only he can log into this account. So now, okay, I just got my customized IAM user sign in link. Now let me create IAM users. So now I am going to create, here you can give username. So in my case, let me give Avinash, Anudeep and Aravind. So I am creating multiple users at a time. Here you can choose if you want to give these users command line interface access or some permissions to other services from API calls from command line AWS command line interface tools. So you can choose programmatic access. So this will give you access key ID and secret access key. So that's mainly for API calls and software development kits and command line interfaces and other development tools. But now I want to, I want to give some set of permissions for this particular users. I am not going to give any command line interface access to these users. We have a separate labs for that one. So now I'm giving AWS Management Console access. So here I'm going to enable password for this user. So this console password, I can give option to Amazon to auto generate a password, or I can give a custom password. So I'm going to give a custom password now. So yeah, this is a password. So if you click on this option, whenever these users trying to log in, he will force to generate a new password. Whatever the password I just generated here, whatever the password I am generating here, I need to give that password to these users. But by logged into that particular password, he have to generate a new password again for security reasons. So I am just forcing the users to create a new password. So I am going to give my username as Avinash_T. So here I can apply permissions to that particular user. Whenever you are creating a IAM user, by defaultly he won't get any set of the permissions. So now I am going to create only users. I am not going to attach any set of permissions. No, I just created users. So here users with AWS Management Console access can sign in it. So this is a URL to sign in for that. Users, if you want to send email to these particular users about these credentials, you can use this link to send a mail to their respective mail IDs. And here you can download these entire details in a CSV comma separated value format. So let me go and view. We will get usernames, passwords, as well as sign in link in this particular file. So you have to download this file and you have to keep this file in a safe place, right? Because it contains all the user logged in information. So you will get password in this. You will get even password in this one. If you choose auto generated password option, Amazon will give you password here. So we didn't choose the access ID and secret keys here. If you choose that option, we will get access ID and secret access key. And remember, the secret key ID and access key is completely different from username and passwords. So these two we can use to get access to our command line interface, as well as SDK calls, API calls and SDK calls. So this is a console link. Let me log in and let me verify. So I just created user. I just taken another browser. I just created a user. I didn't applied any set of the permissions or roles. I didn't assign to that particular user. So by defaultly, whatever the user you creates will comes with zero permissions. He won't get any permission and any resource. So if you logged in with this particular user Avinash_T, so so here whatever the customized alias name we give, it comes as account name. It's taking too long time to load this page. Yeah. So this is whatever the customized name we given, this Avispe one. So it comes with this username, and I'm giving the password. So I just forced create new password option for this particular user. So it's forcing me to create a new password. So I'm just confirming the password change. Oh, authentication information is incorrect. I may misspell this one. Yeah, I just misspelled my regular password. So I was able to log in. So if I want to go here, you can find the difference here in previous for this root account. You are just got this direct username and billing information and all. But if you logged in with this IAM user, you will get this IAM user and this account name. Then you will get this information. If you try to access this billing dashboard, you will bounce back with an error message. Why? Because this particular user doesn't have any permissions on this IAM access denied. Here you can see IAM access denied. For all the resources, you will get the same error. So what you have to do, you have to apply roles on the particular users. You can apply roles on, to entire group or particular user. So I want to give administrative access to this particular user. So I can, so here I can click on add permissions. So existing policy, I can apply existing policy directly. So here you can check administrator access. Here you can see it provides full access to AWS services and resources. So now you are going to give full access to that particular user. So if you want to give for that particular user, you can give permissions as well as you can create a group, create a new group. So you can give name as admin group and you're going to give full access. So here you can see administrator access. So this administrator access is attached to already one entities that we just given for that particular user Avinash underscore T. I'm going to choose next step. Here I'm going to create a group. So I just created a group called admin group and I just attached complete admin access. Whoever the users is going to join this admin group will get administrative access on my AWS environment. Now I am going to add a user to group. So here you can check multiple users and you can add. So however, this Avinash underscore T is member of admin group. So now so here you can see I just created a individual IAM user. So I just got this little right tick mark here, green symbol, and I just used one group to assign permissions. I just created one group called admin group and I just assigned some users. I just attached some users to that particular group. So next I can configure my own password policies. Let me sign out from this console. After finishing this password creation, we're going to use the same browser to log in with the IAM user. So now you can create your own IAM password policies. So you can create your own password retentions. So whoever the users is going to create their own password in this IAM console, they have to meet these requirements. So the password length must be 6 characters, or you can edit this one. Password length must be 8 characters, and required at least one uppercase letter, requires at least one lowercase letter, requires at least one number, requires at least one non-alphabetic character, some special characters. So, and if you disable this option, IAM users will not get any option to change their own password. So they have to come to root account user and they have to request to create a new password if you disable this option. So if you enable this password expiration, so the user, whatever the password he generates, that will be valid for, if you gave 30 days here, whatever the password end user generates, that newly generated password will be valid for 30 days. On 31st day, he have to create new password. So from last 5 days onwards, it will give you a little warning to update your password. So that period is called warning period. So in that warning period only, you have to change this password. So sometimes if you come and try to change your password on 31st or 32nd day, it won't if you enable this option. If you enable this option, user cannot change his password on 31st, I mean after 30th day. So you cannot change on 31st or 32nd day. So you have to come to administrator and you have to request to generate the password again if you click this last option. So password expiration requires administrator reset. Before that expiring, if you create, no problem. So if it is expired, you have to come and meet the administrator if you click this option. So prevent password reuse. What exactly it means? You cannot change previously used passwords. So even mostly while we are doing this banking transactions, they will force you to change our password for every 60 days or every 90 days. And if you give your previous password, they will say you should not use last two passwords or last three passwords. So you have to create a new password than last two used passwords. So you can give that count here. If you give three, whatever the passwords you created last three times, you cannot use that one. You have to create a new password. For the fourth time, you can use that old passwords. So this is you can attach your own password policies. You can create your own password policies. Here in my case, I am going to keep it for 8 letters. So at least one upper, one letter, at least one number, one non-alphanumeric. So I am going to allow users to change their password. So I am going to enable password expiration. So I'm just applying all the available options. So if you give apply password policy, we are going to apply our own password policy. Now we got all options turned with this IAM screen. So now we have option roles. Role means, I mean, we are making one service available for AWS another service. So in IAM, in EC2 section, we have some labs to create. I mean, for using this role. So now let me assume this is S3 admin. S3 means it's a object-based solution available in Amazon cloud. So now I am going to create one S3 admin access. So I am going to click on next. So here I am going to give that S3 access to Amazon EC2 instances, whatever the instances. I mean, one is source service, and another one is destination service. We are going to establish trust between these two services. So whenever you launch an instance, you can access these S3 objects. So here I am going to choose Amazon EC2. Here I am going to attach policy. So if you give S3 full access or S3 read-only access, so S3 is a different service and EC2 is a different service. So we are going to build a trust between these EC2 and S3. I just clicked on next and I am creating a role. So we will use this particular roles in EC2 section. So now we just created 3 users and created one group and attached one admin access policy to that particular group, and we just added the 3 users, created users to that group, and we created one role that that builds trust between EC2 instances as well as S3 buckets. And we just enabled multi-factor authentication on our root account and created individual IAM users and assigned group permissions, and we just created our own IAM password policies. So we have to perform all these tasks with root account. Now I am going to sign out and I am going to logged in with my IAM user, and let me verify whether that user is able to get all the permissions or not. So here it's taking me to root account login page, but we have to use our customized page. So that's why I just saved that URL in my text editor. So this is the one. So it was successful. And let me go and check this S3. Yes, we are able to get the services. So let me go and verify EC2. Yes, we are. Except billing information, we can get all the details. We will get billing information from only root account. And you can observe here, I am getting my IAM username at the rate my account name. Here the account name and IAM username. And you can switch to regions. So I have little slides about this session. So we just finish this, enabled multi-factor authentication. So did QR code, yeah, even this Google Authenticator, no, on your mobile, so automatically this code will generate, and this, no, it's like a countdown bar to continuously, I mean, generates a new code for every 30 seconds. So what is IAM? So IAM allow you to manage users and their level of access to AWS console. So it's a centralized control of your AWS account. So you can create users, you can delete users. So it's a centralized place for your AWS account. So it's a shared access to your AWS account. You can make one service available to another services. So it's a granular permissions. So it's identity federations. You can integrate these IAM with Active Directory, Facebook, or LinkedIn. So multi-factor authentication. So that we just performed and it provides temporary access for users or devices and services where necessary. So it allows you to set your own password rotational policy. So it integrates with many different AWS services. And it is a global one. So users means these end users, and group means a collection of users under one set of permissions. Role, so you can create roles and can then assign them to AWS resources. Policy means a document that defines permissions. We are going to apply policy on user level as well as group level. That policy means it defines permission. We just finished the lab. So IAM is individual. It does not apply to region at this time. I mean, it's a global one. It does not depend on any region. So if you create a user in Mumbai region, and you can view the same users in North Virginia or London or Frankfurt, any of the region, you can find those all users. So the root account is simple. The account created when first set up your AWS account. So it has complete admin access. So new users have no permissions when first created. So that's we just tested that one. We just taken that sign on link and we just logged in with that IAM user and tested. So we are not able to, we didn't get any services. So new users are assigned access key ID and secret key. Oops, it's a spelled one. And secret access keys when first created. So these are not same as password. So it's like you can use to API calls, command line interface as well as SDKs. So suggested to always use multi-factor authentication on your root devices to secure your account. So I mean every year Amazon will do reinvent sessions. So this last year also in 2016 November last week to December first week. So they just did some product announcements. So those are listed here. So that's end for the session IAM module. So in next session we are going to view S3 object based storage. So it's similar kind of Google Drive. So you can store your entire files and there are some storage classes available under that S3 and whatever the objects you are storing in that S3 you can make that objects available to launched servers or any other services. So if you have any queries on this particular session, you can ask me. So it's suggested to enable multi-factor authentication on your root accounts. And the things to remember is choose personal account and in second step in account type, choose basic. Then only your account will comes in free tier eligibility limitations. Otherwise, Amazon will start charging you even if you start T2 micro instance. Any questions? Okay, can I close the session then? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Satyasree, and thank you, Dhruv Kumar. Thank you, guys.